Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2026 Porsche Cayenne. Up front is a 3.0 liter turbo V6, and down below is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Porsche Cayenne because I've driven Cayennes in the past, but never in the current model year. And so today I get to drive this brand spanking new Cayenne and see where Porsche's at currently with one of their most popular products. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. Last but not least, huge thank you to Porsche of Louisville for letting me borrow their Cayenne for today's video. More on them towards the end, but if you'd like to browse their inventory, you can do so down in the description below. But let's get back to that 3-liter turbo V6. Well, it makes 348 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque, which is very, very nice. The power delivery here in the Cayenne is wonderful, and this is all you would ever really need. The twin-turbo V6 is great. It feels luxurious. It has good low-end power with those 6 cylinders, but also good high-end power with the turbo. I say it's all you really need because this is the base of the Cayenne. This is one of the more affordable ones, as well as this is the smallest engine you can get. It only goes up from there, still offering the twin turbo V8, as well as there is a plug-in hybrid version that gets more power on top of it. So in its plain Jane basic setting, even this here Cayenne is very fun to drive, and it is a solid drivetrain. Now, like I said, paired to it is an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's a Tiptronic transmission, and it works well. You know, no complaints there. It's quick when you accelerate quickly. It is smooth around town. It used to be so aggressive at slow speeds, but then at high speeds it was great. They've smoothed out the bumps, and so it works really, really well now. Last but not least, the Cayenne is, of course, all-wheel drive. How does it feel to drive the 2026 Porsche Cayenne? It's great. It does live a little bit of a dual life where it's quick in a straight line but comfortable around town. I would say this particular Cayenne definitely leans more comfort than sporty. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing. They have sport trim levels like the S and the Turbo and the GTS to quench that thirst. This is just for someone that wants an elevated SUV experience with a Porsche badge at the front, and that's what you get here. Ride quality is good, visibility is fine enough for a modern SUV, and overall, I really enjoy this experience. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a completely digital gauge cluster. I do like it. It's easy to read, easy to look at. I love that they maintained the center-mounted tachometer. Even though it's digital, that is a little touchstone for the Porsche name. On the steering wheel on the left, we do have our voice commands and favorites, as well as off to the right, we have some options for that gauge cluster screen, as well as our go back button. And we have drive modes to the bottom right of the steering wheel for sport, normal, and off-road. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our climate control vent as well as our start-stop button. Porsche has done this for so many decades. It used to be the key off to the left because you could turn the car on as well as buckle your seatbelt in a running start race. That's at least the public story. And down below, we have our headlight and fog light settings. Moving on to the door, we have 3 levels of memory seats, lock and unlock, and down below, we have power mirrors and power windows. Moving into the center, we do get 2 climate vents way up at the top, but no clock here in this trim level of the Cayenne. Some get a center-mounted clock that will match your gauge cluster. Very, very cool, but that doesn't have it. And then we have our infotainment screen. So this is Porsche's most modern system. It is fantastic, great refresh rate, great coloring. Overall, just looks wonderful. Easy to navigate as well. You can run a bunch of different things in here. You can modify things about the car. Obviously, my favorite thing is I can set my massage program, but I can also change things about the drive mode and chassis, start-stop settings, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And the nice thing is that this doesn't feel like it's shared with any other product. Audi has a very different system. Volkswagen has a very different system, and so it doesn't feel like they just copy and pasted from their other products. We do also also have a passenger screen. Again, this is getting popular in Audis, so Porsche has to do it too. So the passenger can see pretty much the same things that the driver can see in the center, but they can operate it while the vehicle's moving. It just becomes shaded where the driver can't see it. We do have the transmission shifter off to the left of the infotainment. And down below, we have the hazard switch, traction control, and 2 climate vents. We also get an openable cubby with 2 USB-Cs as well as a wireless charger. And then we have our climate controls. I just tried this out in the Macan EV a little bit earlier, and this carries on over here to the Cayenne. I like this a lot. It is simple to use. It's very easily laid out. We get not only dual zone climate, but also dual fan speed, which is huge. Volume in the center for the radio, but overall, this layout of the buttons is great. And the reason it's so great is because just a decade earlier in the Cayenne, there was so many buttons, it was almost nauseating. Where this is clean, it's simple, and it works really well. This is where screens in cars actually tend to work out because there's not buttons for the transmission settings and the suspension settings and lockers. That can all be ran through a screen because you don't have to touch them all the time. You have to touch climate controls all the time, so I like when those are physical, and they are here in the Cayenne. Then we get a little cubby and our cup holders with a 12-volt outlet. We'll do a big friggin' bottle test, and I'm at a crossroads. It goes in a little bit, but then stops. I don't feel like this is truly a win or a pass just because it doesn't seat properly. It doesn't go all the way in, but you can leave a comment if you disagree with me and giving it a fail. I'm giving it a fail here today, but maybe, oh maybe, in another world it passes. Get a small center console in the seats. The seats are heated, ventilated, power, memory, and massaging. Anything I would want in a vehicle that is over $100,000. This has those features, and I'm very happy to see that. The seats have also been comfortable. Not only do they please me with their massaging and heating, but they are comfortable overall, which is kind of the whole main thing of what a seat should do. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, let's get out of the rain and into the back of the Porsche Cayenne. Oh, geez Louise. All right, once we are back here, bunch of things to note. First of all, we do have our own fan speed and climate control. So even the rear passengers get their own fan speed. Absolutely love that. That is so cool, and not a lot of cars have that. So let's bump that up because it is Chile today. We also have 2 USB-Cs. We have a 12-volt outlet as well. And coming up the seats, we get a center console with 2 cup holders in there. Knee room is great. My knees are not hitting the seat in front of me, and my head is not hitting the ceiling. Even though we have this panoramic sunroof, moonroof, whatever you want to call it, I really enjoy that. I have plenty of space back here. We also do have vents in the B pillars. Love to see that. I have my own lock and unlock for some reason. I don't know why I would need that, but I have it. We also get the little power window down there, but that's pretty much it. Now, these seats being heated, this is an added package that we'll talk about in a second. This is an added package as well. So that has contributed to the $117,000 price tag, but there you go. Overall, I'm incredibly happy with the back seat of the Porsche Cayenne. It's just so good. It's very comfortable, very spacious for a 5'11", not small guy like me. I fit, and that's not an easy thing to do. Let's hop out into the rain, into the very back of the Cayenne to take a look at the trunk and cargo space, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so around the back of the Cayenne, we do have a button down here, and it is a power-operated tailgate. Once we are back here, oh, wow, I've never actually seen one of these in person. The detailer actually, detailed the carpet to put the Porsche logo in it. That is super cool. Now, this is going to go away probably somewhat soon, but very neat. Come down here, we do get a Space Saver tire that has a hideous red ring. That is going to shame you into getting your tire replaced. We do have a 12-volt outlet tucked all the way up over here. We have some side cargo space as well, but nothing crazy beyond that. It is a nice rear cargo space for the Cayenne. This is plenty of space that I would want in an SUV like this, so not crazy, still good. We come up here, power tailgate right back down, and it puts us right back into the pouring rain. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and this is finished in Montego Blue, which I absolutely adore, and it's nothing really special beyond that. I like the look of modern Cayennes. I think they actually look really good. But again, because this isn't, anything too crazy, it doesn't have crazy looks. When you go up to the GTS, when you go up to the Turbo, when you go up even to the S, the looks start getting a little bit more intense. So if that's your thing, you can seek those vehicles out. But if you just want the average run-of-the-mill run-of-the-mill Cayenne fresh off the lot. This is what you're going to get, and I think it's handsome enough in that endeavor. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the brand new Porsche Cayenne? Well, I like this a lot. Right off the bat, I will say 117 grand for a nearly base model is a lot. Now, I will say this has the Premium Plus package, which is the 4-zone climate, heated rear seats, massage front seats, cooled front seats, Bose sound system, power seats and comfort memory, panoramic sunroof, adaptive cruise with lane keep assist, and the HD Matrix headlights. That whole package is pretty much $8,000. It has a $4,000 technology package. The Montego Blue is $3,000, and the leather interior with chalk inserts is $4,500. So there are quite a few packages on this that will raise that MSRP to get it up above $100,000 at $117,240. It's a pricey car for sure. However, I've always felt this way about Cayennes. They are special. They don't drive and feel like every other SUV. Every single automaker has a million SUVs that they'll try to sell you, and this has always felt different. It like really truly feels SUV adjacent, like a sports car was somehow summoned into an SUV's body. It's always had that sort of playfulness about it, and that's what's always set it apart, and that's still alive here in 2026. Whether you're driving a first gen, second gen, third gen, that DNA has lasted more than 20 years, and that's nice to see. I have nice features in here. This is a luxurious experience, but it is just that slightly different experience than what you would find at Audi or Lexus or Mercedes or BMW. Driving a Porsche Cayenne is kind of like walking around with your lucky rock in your pocket. No one knows. When you're standing in line, you're playing with it in your pocket. You got that little edge, that little bite, that little something different. And that's what the Cayenne offers, and I'm so happy to see that that carries on through. I would daily drive one of these in an absolute heartbeat, and I would be so happy every single day. I love the Cayenne. This was kind of a pulse check on seeing if the Cayenne is still good, and it is, and I'm happy to report that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Porsche of Louisville for letting me borrow their Cayenne for today's video. They've been absolutely wonderful to work with. I also did the Macan Electric from them. If you are looking at a new Porsche product, please head on over to Porsche of Louisville, Kentucky, and pick yourself up one of these because it is truly something special and fun and just different. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.